Imagine you're driving on a crowded, multi-lane highway, and a thick, disorienting fog rolls in, wiping out your visibility in an instant. This is the immediate reality of a sudden, global GPS failure. We have developed an almost total reliance on this system for basic navigation. Consider the Swedish tourists who misspelled the Italian island of Capri in their app and drove hundreds of miles to the industrial town of Carpi, eventually asking locals where the sea had gone. Without these digital guides, the roads would immediately clog with drivers slowing down to read street signs or stopping to consult maps. Ride-sharing apps would go dark, and taxi operators would be forced to track their fleets by manually calling every driver. On a personal level, modern convenience would dissolve into chaos. Emergency services would struggle to locate callers from their phone signals or identify which ambulance is closest to a person in need. The consequences move quickly from personal to macroeconomic. A UK government report suggests a GPS blackout would cost nearly $1 billion every single day. Just-in-time logistics systems, the backbone of modern retail and manufacturing, would judder to a halt. Factories would stand idle as their components failed to arrive, and supermarket shelves would start to empty. Global trade would hit an immediate bottleneck. These dense rows of containers and massive industrial cranes require GPS signals to coordinate the unloading of ships. This raises a strange question. A shipping crane or a factory supply chain doesn't need a driving route or a map. Why does the world's economy freeze without a navigation service? GPS is a highly advanced time service consisting of 24 satellites orbiting Earth. Instead of broadcasting maps, they carry precise atomic clocks, sending continuous, time-stamped signals. Your smartphone calculates its location by measuring the exact time delay between the signal's transmission and receipt. The margin for error is non-existent. If a satellite clock drifts by just 1,000th of a second, your calculated position on the ground will be off by 300 kilometers. Because precise location depends entirely on flawless timing, GPS has become the most accurate and vital clock in human history. Engineers often call GPS the invisible utility. Because it offers hyper-accurate time data to the world for free, the modern digital economy quietly built itself on top of that signal. Consider phone networks. To share bandwidth among millions of users, data is time-stamped and scrambled using a technique called multiplexing. It relies on those satellite clocks to unscramble the data at the other end. Look at these glowing digital trading boards on the exchange floor. A microscopic glitch of just 1/100,000th of a second can cause these digital financial systems and global stock markets to crash. Power grids, bank payments, digital television, and cloud computing all depend on different locations across the planet agreeing on the exact time down to the nanosecond. Absolute, synchronized agreement on the time has become the load-bearing glue of the global economy. It is a strange dependency, given that the US military originally built this system in the 1970s, specifically to help with precision bombing. The turning point came in 1990 during Operation Desert Storm. Allied soldiers used the system to navigate through the heavy, disorienting orange dust marking minefields and water sources when visibility was nearly zero. The economic potential for civilian use became impossible to ignore. In 2000, President Bill Clinton made the high-grade military signal available to the entire world for free. An invention built for desert warfare accidentally became the central pillar of modern globalization. This infrastructure is surprisingly fragile. To reach our phones, these timing signals travel 20,000 kilometers through the void of space. By the time they arrive, the signals are incredibly weak, little more than a whisper, making them easy to drown out or overwrite. This vulnerability invites threats, ranging from natural solar storms to intentional jamming and spoofing by terrorists or nation-states. Humanity's most complex technological systems are currently suspended by a single thread so thin that coordinated interference could snap it at any time. Relying on a single point of failure is a massive geopolitical risk. This has sparked a global race by China, the EU, and others to build their own alternative satellite networks. Spoofing, feeding fake time and location data to receiver, can silently divert cargo ships or fry electricity grids without a single shot being fired. Finding out you are lost is manageable. But operating under the false conviction that you know exactly where you are creates a far more dangerous problem. A world operating at full speed while remaining confidently, systemically wrong about its location and time is the true nightmare scenario.